And welcome back to GLEC Week 2. Today we got an exciting matchup, Valpo Esports Overwatch versus Cleary University. My name's Henry Speedy Kill Ninja, and I'm joined by a very special guest today.
Hello, I am Father Pyro, the Overwatch coach.
Yeah, so exciting matchup here today. Got a little bit of a different lineup than last week. Got Fusick subbing in for L. So talk to me a little bit about this team comp, about this map, what Valpo's looking to do in this matchup.
Yeah, so Ilios is an interesting map. We're playing well first, so a lot of people would like to see the meme hog kind of go here, but we're probably going to just go our simple dive comp, try to deathball through. I think, as I can see, they're doing the same. We're kind of setting up long sights because this has the range, but also the well in the middle. As you can see, they're going to try pushing into us. It's basically who can be more aggressive on this map.
Hmm.
As we look, we can kind of see Fusic getting picks in the back, Raymond gets the Tracer, and now we're kind of just, I mean, we're evened up a bit but I think we might win the first fight.
Yeah, this is a map we typically see Roadhog on, but we see both tanks playing this character I'm not too familiar with.
Yeah, let's introduce everyone to Hazard. So Hazard's new. He got released recently in the last season. He's mainly a dive character. He has some fun, nifty abilities. He has a wall, kind of acts like Maze, where it blocks off, but it also deals damage in a way.
Gotcha.
Which can be very annoying if you're trying to climb or move around it. It also knocks back, fun fact. So it acts as like a knockback too.
We also see CQ9 on the Juno, the newer character before that, but we are very familiar with Juno at this point now. I've seen it in pretty much every game.
Oh yeah.
But Valpo up 30% here, was able to get the first take, but it looks like they're going to have to retreat off point, and Cleary just takes it over.
Yeah, with these kind of volatile dive comps, I could see this being a very back and forth match where one team takes and the other team takes right back.
And what does Hazard's ultimate do?
So Hazard's ultimate is, I guess it's kind of like an AoE straight line effect where it will, anybody who's caught in it
here we go.
will be locked down and will be unable to move for a couple of seconds. And that just enables people to be able to just fight back and kill. Also, it knocks far out of the sky, so any air characters will be brought to the ground.
It looks pretty strong.
It is.
We just saw both.
It is a fight changer.
Both of them use it there. Just had Cleary overpass Valpo in point control percentage. Valpo's tank does go down there, so gonna have to wait, regroup a little bit here. Bone with his ultimate up. Ult economy wise, looking pretty even. Slightly favored to Valpo potentially.
Yeah, we do have the extra. Oh, actually, I think we're tied. I think actually they're favored a bit because Genji has his ultimate. Could open up with.
Their Hazard already had his back up.
Yes, it's very quick to get the ults up. Let's see. You can watch the Hazards fight. I think they're just going to try to flip map control here. And that's a nice sweep. We have the Tracer and the Hazard in the back line. So now it is just the Hazard and the Tracer. The team's coming back in, but we do flip the map control. Like I said, I think this is going to be very back and forth on this kind of control S point.
So heading into this match, Valpo had the 3-0 win in week 1 over Mount Union. Cleary is a returning GLEC champion, actually, so very strong opponent. I do not believe they lost a game last year. Assuming they won week 1, but I'm not familiar with who they played and what the result of that match was. So very strong opponent for Valpo here in week 2, but so far they're doing really well as they are able to retake point and almost even up the percentage.
Yeah, Fusic is kind of popping off on our side. Let's see if we can follow him around for a fight or two. He's doing very good at getting in the back line, knocking out those supports very early into the fight so they don't really have a chance to follow up and help that Hazard.
Yep, does have the ultimate online here, so we'll see if we can find the stick, as they are looking for a little bit of a flanky poo here.
The Sana might be in trouble here.
Does get seen. Able to shift out, recall. Wow, 2 great kills there by Fusic.
He just doesn't want to use that stick. Oh, there it goes.
There it is.
The Hazard. That is a very clean cleanse.
And Fusic is going crazy here.
And we do secure first point.
Wow, and Valpo able to get first point on map 1.
Strong first showing from Valpo.
Score 0-1.
You know, if we are looking at dive, we do have Fusic on this Tracer. Another option that was very popular last year was the Genji as well, too.
Yes,
so,
yes.
2 very hype characters.
Genji and Tracer are both very good in this kind of comp, so I could definitely see them pulling out the Genji at some point.
Have we been scrimming with this Hazard a lot, too, or been messing around with it. Oh,
Often-
I don't want to give up too many trade secrets,
Listen,
I guess.
I keep my secrets, but I
Yeah.
will say we do dabble. We do dabble.
Enough to play in a game, I suppose.
Right. We can pull it out.
Yeah, now that we have character bans out, you gotta
You gotta-
gotta be a little careful.
Yeah.
What were the bans for game 1, by the way? Are you unsure?
So I believe they banned Ashe and Winston.
Okay.
So I believe our side banned the Winston, they banned the Ashe. So definitely
Okay.
trying to disable that long range sightline. And I think the moment we figured out Hazard was going to be in play, Winston is a pretty good kind of like keep up with the Hazard. So we wanted to make sure that couldn't be played.
Gotcha.
But they bring out the Baptiste. I don't know if they had the Baptiste last time. No, they had the Ana. But the Baptiste is an interesting pick because it does have the Inmort, which is more sustainability, but I think less healing output from the Bap compared to the Ana.
Yeah, another thing to note while we are still watching this Tracer here is Fusick is on DPS and has been playing a lot of tank recently, and has so far been doing pretty well in their role swap. Have CQ9 and AeroJ as support here, the classic duo heal 'em up comp. His Kiriko and Juno is something that we are very, very familiar with. But AeroJ has been really working on this Kiriko, and we've been seeing it a lot more because traditionally last semester we saw them on Juno every game that I watched. So
Right. No, I agree. It's definitely we're trying to work out kind of what kind of healer base we want to go with. I mean, Kiriko, Juno is kind of a very push heavy heal, so with this comp
Gotcha.
it works very well.
Valpo able to get control of point 2 here for the first time.
We managed to flip, but we're probably going to go right back, I could assume.
Yeah, looks like it. But going to invest the ultimate here.
That
Not
was
able to
a
find the Genji.
very good cleanse from the gear. Yeah, it's a very quick. Again, I think we're gonna see this aggressive swapping back and forth between point control.
Yeah. He's kind of just playing on his own most of this game as Tracer does, but looking for a flank. Sneakily trying to get in their backline, take out a support or a DPS.
As tracers work. That's a BAP ult popped, but if you run past it, it doesn't do much for the BAP, and we're gonna see them kind of just try to disable that BAP as much as possible. Got Hazard kind of keep this high ground control too. I think Ben is still doing work on the Tracer in the back, and I think we might actually take control a bit. Yeah, so the kind of dangerous thing going with this control here is when you have this dive comp, you do risk leaving your supports kind of in the back to fend for themselves, and that's where Tracer kind of comes in and can kind of pick up those. You're gonna see them prepare for another fight. Let's the Hazards kind of duke it out for a second here. Kitsune used by our side. Counter. And then Blade also popped.
Yeah, Valpo has surpassed the lead advantage here, going to be up to 80%, and is going to use a couple ultimates here. Valpo do have a couple members drop, so going to be in a bit of a skirmish, but Fusick and Karakuki able to pick up 2 kills here, and that's going to be big.
Yeah, that just gets past the 90%. I think even the 95 before
Yeah,
they even
I think
touch.
we're going to get to the 99 contest here. And looks like they do not have any ultimates on the side, and they just get the switch to the ball
They
too.
switch to the ball. That is a definite. We need to stall. We need to keep this point. So we're gonna see the ball try to just spin around, get backline. But our Hazard's kind of putting in work. Raymond with a nice kill.
And it looks like they are going to be able to retake control here.
Now the point should be either get some kills or get out as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
We want to make sure we can recontest for that 90, for that 80, wherever it ends up. As we combine as a full team, we can reach at that point.
Yep. Fusick just comes up. He and
Our
Tracer
back-
will be able to get back quick. Now we'll see how much this ball can do because it kind of was forced to switch to Wrecking Ball just to get back to site.
I will say he did pop his ult, which blocks that point. You see Ray from our end.
Valpo is forced to get a touch in. They are able to get the touch.
You see our Cleary going for the...
Oh, we do have some kills coming across.
See his support coming back. And
Some
then,
traded back.
oh, that's a nice stick, but Moira can get out of that.
Oh, and unfortunately
We
didn't
do
have
get our
recall in
team
time.
back, so... See the hazard come back in. Ults are going to be popped, just trying to keep the point.
And it looks like
looks like
Cleary just squeaks out here on the second point.
Very close match, though. That ball did put in good work, I will
Yeah,
say.
I was impressed. Usually when they switch to ball, like it's kind of just like a last-ditch effort to get to point, and they kind of aren't really like prepared to actually play the ball just to get to point faster. But yeah, they were able to close out on that point. So we'll see if anyone takes a shot here on the basketball hoop.
Why do you think we keep
Think so.
playing?
New baskets today.
Disappointing.
From imperfection.
We do see the classic sim kind of TP out of spawn, followed by the swap back to the Tracer. Usually you do this with Tracer Reaper just to get your team kind of closer.
Yep, yep.
We do see, however, a different comp coming from Cleary. See the Diva coming out and the Reaper. This is different. We'll see how this works in for their favor or their disadvantage. Kind of see the Tracer kind of just waiting, trying to get a pick. Looks like this Cleary might be the first to go.
Yeah, and how does Hazard do into Diva? Because I feel like that tank matchup is always one where, you know, you want to have a matchup advantage, and a lot of swapping can happen.
Yeah, so for Diva, it's pretty neutral. Diva
Okay.
does have the advantage of being able to eat a lot of bullets with her defense matrix, but Hazard also has melee capabilities with his shift and his jump. He can get around, but she can eat his wall, she can eat his bullets, so it's kind of even. I would probably favor the Diva a little more just because she is more versatile in this sense.
Yeah, I'm a big Diva fan.
I do hear about your
My
bomb
legendary
strategies.
Diva.
Yes. We could see a big stick. Again, catching that Mara is always unfortunate because she's almost always just going to shift out. We do see contesting points. Looks like we're getting pushed back, and we do see the first Diva bomb. Looks like we're going to do a reset here.
So Cleary getting first control point here, going to be up to 15, 20%, probably by 25 before Valpo's really able to get in there and contest. But Valpo regrouping, trying to find an angle to approach on. They're going in now.
Again, we do see the ult pop from the Moira. Gets one. Diva coming and getting two more. The Tracer duel, we win that. But it looks like the fight's already kind of being reset, so we're going to see probably the Tracer just kind of hide, wait, try to live or get out if she gets caught, like just like that.
Did win the Tracer duel, but
did win the Tracer
I
duel.
think everyone else did not win many other duels in that fight, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately not, but we may see some swaps. We do see the Venture coming out, so I would expect to see some other swaps maybe to deal with that Diva, because the Diva is putting in work. They clearly definitely knew what they were doing with that swap.
And it's pretty solid Reaper ult there. Does get ulted back by Kirakuki there.
It is evening up though, so we are kind of even now going in. We may see a little bit of a...
Oh, another little
Another
Tracer.
Tracer.
Oh, they ruined the fun.
Okay, we can back out.
No
we can
1v1s
reset.
allowed.
No 1v1s allowed. It's a team game, Henry. Team game. I know. We have Valorant coming up. But that's where you can take your ones. In Overwatch, it's a team game. But we do split point, and we are pushing Cleary back a little bit, so this may be the momentum shift we do need. You see gates coming out from both sides. Hazard kind of getting in, trying to keep point, contest, do some damage. Looks like he's going for the Reaper. He's going to get healed up. We can see the Diva kind of just weaving in and out of point.
Yeah, it looked like they were blocking the door there for a second.
A little bit.
And Flynn on this diva is performing really well.
We do see the ball swap because we do need a touch, so we'll see. I think we are just looking for touch here, so we'll see. You get the overtime. And I think that
That
just
should
about-
probably do
yeah,
it.
that'll probably do it. Default, keeping Flynn on lock. But that
So-
was, again, a very close first game.
Yeah, so Cleary able to take game 1 here. We're able to take second and third point. Valpo coming out strong, super close second one and third one. Cleary pulled away a little bit, but we will have Flynn on the hazard for the play of the game. This comes from the
He
second
just
point
gets in
here.
the back line here with the Cleary boost and kind of takes the high ground. And just
So pretty solid performance. Game 1 for Valpo Overwatch here. I'm going up against a very tough Cleary Overwatch team. But yeah, Valpo going down game 1, but it is a best of 5 series, so we'll see if Valpo can bring it back here just after this short break. And welcome back to game 2 of Cleary versus Valpo. Cleary was able to take game 1. All right, sorry about that. We are heading into game 2. And what were the bans for this map?
It was Widow and it was Moira.
Yeah, so they banned the Widow against Valpo, so no fun for us in the production booth. But that's okay. So not going to see the Widow, and we do have the Zarya in response to the potential Diva, but they do not actually pull the Diva out like they had in the end of game 1 there. Going to have the Hazard. I do have this Venture for Ramon, so talk a little bit about some of the switches we see on the side of Valpo. We have the Zarya. Fusic also switching off the Tracer as well, so...
Yeah, I would expect this comp to kind of stay closer together and kind of try to bunch up. We're going to try to push hard and fast into one person, but it's harder to do with a comp like this going into and you'll see swaps as they come out, but going into a Hazard because they can just pick someone and dive them. So we're going to watch probably some swaps here, but I would imagine that we're going to see kind of Ben, Fusic play the off angles, try to get some picks, while the rest of the team kind of clumps together and tries to move in as one and take either high ground or just take the fight main.
Gotcha. It is nice having the coach on the booth give us some deeper analyzed gameplay versus what we typically have is me not knowing what I'm talking about. But we do have Valpo finding their first blood, able to take down their Tracer, and Valpo working their way in here towards the point. Zarya dropping a little low.
There's that wall I talked about where you just kind of can't walk past it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Can't rotate around it. Zarya's kind of just going to walk forward. I don't think that Hazard all caught anyone. I might be wrong. But Tracer gets another pick, so we're keep seeing where this goes, but I think this is a bit longer of a fight, so we may actually have the potential to win this. Yep, Zarya full charge. Zarya full charge is scary.
Yeah.
And we kind of, I think we kind of just take here because they're delayed on the spawn, so we should see the kind of just, they should give, but we'll see if they want to try to do the recontest.
And do get the switch to the Winston, so still playing on that dive, saw the Winston banned in game 1. So probably just going to be a bigger, more comfort pick for Flynn, but same kind of idea, same objective for him on tank.
You may see why the Winston was banned game 1, so...
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Yeah. I see a Gates, and then... kind of they just rush. Typical dive. Looks like we're going to have to play a little further back to try to fight that off.
And both supports go down
Both
for
supports go down, and
Valpo,
I
so
think
Tracer will sneak out, and then the Venture will get out as well.
when that backline falls, it's kind of hard to keep everyone up. So
Yep.
that's why dive comps are so effective against kind of backlines.
Yeah, once one support goes down, you know, it's not looking good. But once both of them are down, yeah, it's time to back up or purposefully die so you can just respawn.
We are seeing Fusic here kind of
Sneaking around,
sneaking
lurking.
around. Let's see if he. I see the bomb. I want to see if he used. I'm ready for it.
And doesn't...
Okay.
Looks like it took a while to respond there.
It took a while, but you know.
They figured it out eventually. And Ash going to find a kill on the tank there.
See, they get our tank and our support, but we do get. So we're kind of even still, because again, one support goes down, you don't really panic, but two, that's when. You have the alt economy here, though, which could favor us and help us push forward a bit.
Yeah, they do have that Winston ult up, but Valpo having several ults ready to go. And we do say Kitsune come out here.
Okay, let's see if capitalize. We do get the Tracer. Our backline is a little safer, as long as they're getting instantly headshot by the Ash, because they do that. That was a good TP, getting out of danger. Winston's gonna follow in. I should see a response. Yep, we do. Okay, so this Winston should be in a bit of trouble.
And
Yeah,
Valpo gonna take that fight.
All right, so I think we can play our favorite game. Let's check in on Tracer. Where in the world is Tracer today? About to take the 1v1.
Does have the ult up if needed.
Kind of think you get out here. Yeah. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled program of the actual game.
My favorite ult is the Winston ult when he just starts whacking on the team. He just starts slapping everybody. I thought he was going to use it when he dove in there, but definitely ult to keep in mind because that can absolutely shred a team.
It's definitely one of those ults where he's probably going to use it when he gets low to just keep him in that fight.
Yeah.
Instances where you normally wouldn't.
Oh, does it give you like resistances or health or?
Yeah, it gives you health. It brings you up to 1,000. So
Gotcha.
kind of sit there, yeah. So kind of see here where he's just gonna go in and move around. Our supports are kind of
not having a good time.
No, Winston does that.
Do have
Tracer came in, though, so.
a minute left here to get to this point. We're not too far away. Just about 15-20 meters here, so
definitely a full reset can help us change things. Let's see. I think we're having a swap here. A diva of our own in response.
Oh, okay. I have not seen Kirakuki on this diva much at all, but like I said earlier, big fan of the diva, and I think it does pretty darn well into Winston just because it has so much like versatility. Like it kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, but it kind of seems like the Mario character where they're just like good at a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they definitely do have a lot of escape buttons. They have their shift, they have their defense matrix, and they have, when in doubt, Q, if you really need it. Or, you know, Henry, the Q master here, can tell us
and do a little bit of everything.
Should be doing. But, a quick kind of gather up fight here. We see the Winston get picked. We see the backline kind of now being punished for being by themselves, and we do take that point.
Yep, Fusic able to pick up 2 there, and able to get this point. Gonna add some more time, so we're back up to 1:15 to get to this last point here.
Definitely be an overtime going into this end of this
For
point
sure.
if we make it, just because it takes about 1:15 to get there.
Yeah, we can probably afford one more team fight loss, but we do have 3 ultimates online here. And Fusic has been rotating through that ult pretty quickly, so wouldn't be shocked if it goes up. Do have one support go down for Valpo. And able to trade back on a soldier.
I can
Fusic
imagine
goes
that
down.
we kind of think this Winston may be our next target for. Likely that's to buy them themselves.
We are still holding on to these ultimates, not coming in too much.
No, definitely going to want to commit here soon, though.
And now Cleary has 3 of their own.
Cleary is the first to open up with that Primal Rage. Gonna see the Winston kind of try to bat the backline around. Keep himself alive as long as possible.
It looks like Diva's just going to use it to remech here.
It is the usual
Maybe,
choice.
maybe not.
See
You have
Life
Venture.
throw down.
Venture throwing down their
Gates,
ultimate.
Lots of ults coming out here. We're trying to win this fight and win it soundly. Both teams wanting to make this the last fight.
And now we are in overtime.
I can imagine bomb being used here on point.
Gates open for the side of Cleary. Flynn picking up 2 on the Winston.
So kind of in that back line, making his presence known. Diva doing the same, kind of keeping the back line in check.
And there goes the remech, just to kind of stay on point here.
Gets
And
one.
is able to get back in.
Able to get
That's
back
big.
in, does get one, get the Tracer. We kind of do see the fight kind of flip into our favor. Alt economy is almost reset. We do see the Winston kind of coming up on his Primal Rage again, so I could see him kind of
Yeah,
getting
he
out.
is all charging so fast.
Yes. And there he goes again, kind of batting around.
Fusik uses another pulse bomb.
step
Oh, unfortunate.
Unfortunate, we were too busy worrying about the Winston in the back. It happens, you know, when there's a big Primal Raging guy. You kind of
Yep.
want to focus.
To 2. Switching
But
sides.
two
Yeah.
isn't too bad. We normally see it's either you get full stopped at first or full stopped at last. So
Initiate
From the noise I heard in the room over there, I'm guessing that the Winston was using Primal Rage and knocked a specific person
Person
out there who may have yelled. But yeah, that's unfortunate. That Primal Rage can displace you quite a bit, and Valpo was not able to get the touch in because I think, we had the Diva shifting in. Tracer was obviously, not going to be the one touching point there, as they were. That was the last thing they were worried about, I'm
the
sure.
only thing they were touching that fight was Spawn.
ready.
Yeah.
But usually when you see maps like these, you either see them get stopped at first, they either full hold, or you get stopped around this third point because it is the hardest to take.
Yeah, so hopefully, we can stop them right away here
We will make it happen.
to take the game and save us some time.
We do see some interesting swaps. I do see the Kirakuki going Ram, and then we kind of stay the same line here. I see, but I could imagine they would go back out on that Diva just to give the extra, the dive. They do go back. I think this is the typical dive comp we saw last time with the exception of Lifeweaver, but Lifeweaver is also good in this
Attackers
instance.
incoming.
They have the pull ability where they can pull people back. So if the Diva or someone else gets in trouble, they can get out.
Yeah, I always hated that ability because, I felt like I was, cooking and then I just pull you out of it. But definitely a better in a team setting versus Silver Elo. But Cleary's going to have 330 here, and they do make the switch to Diva, so we'll see if Kirakuki on first death will swap back to the Zarya.
Ram does pretty good with his kind of his form. When he switches to Nemesis form, his fists aren't stopped by defense matrix, so she kind of just has to take the hits.
Okay. So already in a pretty good spot with the tank matchup.
And we do see the Tracer duel going our way.
Owen, appreciate the follow. Thanks for supporting.
Thank you. See the Diva kind of. They really don't like the Tracer. The Diva is going for this Tracer.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Tracer actually made it through. But instead they did decide to ban that Widow. Something that I think just adds a little more depth to Overwatch here in the GLEC is that ban system. I think it makes it more entertaining. In my head, I'm imagining like League of Legends without bans. And it's pretty. It would be something.
I have warmed up to the ban system. I at first was unsure how I would like it, but I think it turned out pretty well. I think it's a valuable thing.
Yeah.
And I think we see when the Tracer made it through that ban, I think it's because they play the Tracer just as much, so I don't think they want to lose
Oh, that's
that.
true. Yeah, that definitely had to have played a factor. But it looks like Cleary will unlock the objective here and get the opportunity to push this truck forward. Oh, maybe not. Looks like we actually contest 2 out of 3 here.
Okay, we might be able to kind of recontest. We do see the popped ult from Kirakuki here. Kind of going to force them out a little bit. We have our Juno doing damage and making this Lifeweaver go back to spawn, which is amazing to see, because Juno does have good damage output as much as she does healing. So seeing that Arjuno does know how to use both is very good. And the gates into the fight. They don't want to waste too much more time. They're going to try to hard recontest this.
Yep. Yeah, Valpo has definitely held this much longer than Cleary was able to. And I was kind of surprised by the recontest, but Valpo making that decision to kind of play it a little aggressive, and they were able to make the stop there. So very great play by Valpo, and they're able to take down the Kiriko. So Valpo just buying more time here.
Do you see the Tracer almost get the pick? But their Tracer does get out. Defense Matrix coming in very clutch. And I can imagine them kind of trying to repeat the same attack. Find someone to pick off, go for it. We do gates in response. And Juno is making this Life Weaver's life not fun, because I've seen 2 times in that kill feed now, the first pick is that Juno on the Life Weaver.
Yeah, and we are 30 seconds away from Valpo taking game 2. Now, Cleary is going to have one more opportunity, and they will have the Genji ult and 2 more ultimates available for this next fight. But Valpo will have both TPSs with ult and likely Kirakuki as well. So, going to be even in ult economy, but got to imagine Cleary's going to go all out here for the next 10 seconds
Speaking
as
of
we
all
see
out.
all of them being dropped.
Now, I will say I do like watching Juno, because Juno can go in the air and give us a bit broader range. We do see more ults pop, more and more. Every single
Devault on
thing's
site.
coming out here. They are taking this point whether we like it or not. We are going to try to fight our hardest. As we see, we get picks back and forth.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the fight has
Okay.
turned. Wait, Juno, I want to see the Juno get a kill. I want to see the Juno get a kill.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
No.
Support goes down for Valpo.
We do have Ram still. We have Fusic, Ram. It is just Diva. We do have... Oh, Venture popped the ult.
Baby Diva is going to go down,
And
and Valpo takes game 2. Wow.
in a stunning, showable fashion, too. Not as close as game 1 ever was. We
No,
flipped
that
out.
was pretty dominant. I mean, this whole time I was kind of just waiting for Cleary to take the point, and they just weren't able to at any point.
And obviously we have Tracer getting play. Let's see at what point. It's kind of last fight. Again, just being the nuisance that Tracer can be, getting angles, backlines, everything. But
Yeah, I mean, tied it up 1-1 in this
Yeah.
best of 5 series. So Valpo looking strong in game 1 and even stronger in game 2. So I mean, I'm pretty pleased with the performance so far. But you know, this defending champ team, and you know, we're looking really good. So
yeah, exciting match. Excited for game 3.
yep, and we'll be right back with game 3. And we are back for game 3, tied up 1-1. Bans this time were the Juno against us and the Diva against them. So we'll not be seeing those characters this game. But that does mean the Widow and another hero that I forget who we banned last time are now available for us. But we actually do not see the Widow on Circuit Royale, which is a character that could definitely be played here, especially on this first point on defense. A lot of long sight lines here, but not going to see it just yet. We do have Fusic on this character, not the Tracer. I forget that.
Sojourn.
Oh, God. I almost said Baptiste, so I'm glad I didn't. I do know Shojin is pretty good on this map because I remember we used to see it from Fanpudi a lot last year, specifically a crazy 5K clip on the Shojin on Circuit Royale.
Speaking of good, he just got a headshot on the Reaper, getting the first kind of pick of the match.
That was big. That happened before I could even before I even noticed.
Sigma duel again. Ben coming in with the. Yeah, I see this Sojourn is going to be very, very kind of good here. And also the Moira was banned last map, so we don't see that coming out either for either of the teams.
You know what's messing me up is they have like the characters out of order. They got like tank, support, DPS. Where you usually see tank DPS support or DPS tank support, but we're kind of all over the place today on where people are lined up in the roster. But Valpo so far hanging on here. Might have to back up a little bit. Kirakuki getting a ton of healing. Great job by the
Reaper
supports
going
there.
Low. Also Reaper and Ashe both kind of low. Healers are going to come back, but they do get good kind of push here.
With our tank and DPS dropping low, are going to have to give up some space, but I haven't had any players drop yet.
Rock, we're going to see, again, we're seeing the Ashe get really low, but kind of just still find a way to get out. Well, there's the pick. Reaper's close next.
Oh!
That is a 3K. Can we get the 5K? Can we get the 5? No.
We do have Ramon on the Cassidy picking up a kill for himself. And I do really like Valpo just giving up a little space there, waiting to find their moment and able to get a pick and just, almost get a team kill off of it.
Kind of see our support comp being the Ana, Cleary. They're going to hold back a bit more, but they do have both their ults online, and our ult economy is a lot better going into this fight. We do have 3 compared to their 2, maybe 3 coming here, but they open up with the Sig ult. Get Sojourn out automatically, but we do respond, and the Ana's in trouble here. But kind of hanging on because supports heal.
And their tank dropping quite low and going to find the kill.
And there goes Kiriko getting the kill.
That seemed like pretty big misplay from Flynn there. And they're only going to have a minute 30 left now to get to this first point. Now, in between our games here, I was looking up the history of this matchup. Last season, last spring, Valpo did drop 0-3 to Cleary. The season that Cleary did was the eventual GLEC champion. And we got a bit of a hybrid team going in here today. Not really sure if it's like a varsity academy, but it's kind of a academy. This is our GLEC roster, I guess.
Yeah. The GLEC roster
this is the GLEC Week 2 roster. But anyways, yeah.
You see the Zen, both supports all coming up, but it doesn't stop Kirakuki from picking up the kill that he is nano boosted. We do see Flynn go back to that comfortable Winston and get 3.
And that should be first point captured by Cleary here. We'll see if their car is moving fast enough here.
And see a quick recontest from...
Yeah, we could. It's going to be a risky play. We'll see if Valpo decides to go for it. I wouldn't hate to see it.
I would shield this and ult.
Oh,
wait,
yep.
No, we do get the...
No, we're going.
I mean, we want to stop this game here, keep first point.
Yep. And there's 10 seconds left. So do use the Kitsune. Ult economy is still even, though, because we do actually, yeah, even.
Even now, yeah. We do see Bob come out. And we do start off getting picks. I would love to see this. Yep.
Oh, huge kill onto the...
Our tank is down.
Oh, and they're able to get the point.
Just our supports, yep. So they were able to get that point. But we did keep them, I think it was overtime when that fight happened, or just before. So we do get as much time away from them as possible. Our Ana is doing her best getting out of that fight. She is a bit slower of a character, so it's kind of scary to see an on-off by herself.
Now, is the base movement speed for characters different? Or is it just like the abilities that give them?
I think for characters, I think everything's just kind of standard as goes, except for the abilities. So,
Gotcha.
some passives.
So like
some
Tracer is technically the same speed, but like
Her
has the
abilities.
blinks and recall.
Right,
and,
you see her move around the match much faster than any other character.
Gotcha.
kind of. We do see a fight opening up, this Winston kind of being the problem that he has been all game. We do see 3 get lifted,
Oh, wow.
2 go down. We could see the Kiriko getting picked off. Just kind of waiting to see, oh, support's in trouble in the back. We could see just Sig just go for it, but they're going to heal each other up. We do have our resident Winston in the back, but the team's focusing him, so he could go down here.
Oh,
gets
and he's
out.
just able to live with just a sliver of health left.
He goes back in because, again, kind of wants to just be in our faces. Primal Rages.
Able to find Ramon. And able to find several people.
Yup.
And that's going to be a near team wipe for the side of Cleary. So they're likely going to get to the second point with about 50 seconds left. So it looks like Valpo will give up this one.
I would like to see some swaps here to deal with that Winston because he is our main problem. He kind of just kind of sits in our back line. We do see the hazard come out, which is a good response, as he can get back and forth in between the front line and the back line, help our supports out when they get jumped. Some antis going off here are kind of a slower engage to this fight. They want to take their time, take space, but don't give Valpo too much of a chance to respond.
Cleary has 1:45 left. I think this last point, especially the second half of it, is by far the toughest part to push on Circuit Royale. So that's, I think, where we're going to see Valpo try and make their stand.
See alt economies kind of evening up here. We do have a slight advantage. And with Nano, we do have even more of an advantage. Oh, that was a nice pick. I did not think Fusic was
Yeah, it
gonna
looked
get
like
that
they
pick.
just got out. That was a great ante to get them super low, and the Winston was not able to escape there. So Cleary going to have to give up some space here as the Reaper goes down as well. So Valpo going to be able to soak up some more time here.
It's a very nice stagger because that's about 10 seconds per hero getting staggered here. So they'll at least buy themselves until the 50 mark before they can get a full team back. See Winston kind of going in, but they gates, we gates in response. That's typically how you like to see it, is just to make sure that they nullify each other. But I do imagine Overclock gonna come in here pretty soon.
This ends
See
now.
the ult from the hazard here, the Sojourn getting stuck, the Winston going down. A nanoed hazard is something you do not like to see running at your face.
Ramon able to pick up 2 here with the help of the hazard.
Kind of do reset this. We have 20 seconds left. There's going to be one more fight, and we do have ult advantage. It's going to be pretty close, though, because we do have the Winston and the Reaper coming up on their ults.
Yep, and they'll both have it for this last fight, or at least, you know, pretty quick into it, as we do see the Winston ult come up. And Reaper going to be looking for his angle here, maybe a TP, maybe
See a Primal Rage right
way
now.
in.
Yep.
This is a big fight for the series here. Game 3 going to give us a lot of momentum regardless of the victor of this match.
I 100% agree. I think whoever wins this match, or kind of this point,
Or yeah, because they
It
still got to
shifts
go
the
on attack.
momentum.
But yeah.
and we do see a nice
Double
lead
ante.
going out, but the overtime almost clicks away. They were able to touch. We do see Flynn doing Flynn work in the back. Death Blossom kind of, and they open it up. I think they're going to get this in overtime. But we did hold them to overtime, so that's a very good hold. And a very good push from Cleary, getting that in overtime.
Yeah, so Valpo giving up all 3 points, but with no time remaining. So going to have a pretty strong attack here to be able to deal with that, to force an overtime. But Valpo was so close so many times there on that defense to stopping them, but unfortunately, Cleary was able to get the full push there. So we'll see what's going to happen. I think, how this attack goes is going to mean a lot for the series, for sure. So Valpo going to need to come out strong, and we'll see if they can stay ahead of that pace of being on overtime for like every single point.
Yeah, definitely. This is the momentum map. This is the point in time upon which we will see kind of if Valpo keeps the momentum in their favor, or if it gets shifted a little bit here going into
Yeah, it's a high intensity side there, though, for sure. Just being kind of in overtime and on the clock for the entirety of the push. Whether you're on attack or defense, there's a lot going in. Emotionally, physically, you're sweating. So we do have Fusic on the Widow, so that will be who we watch. At least for the beginning of this, see if we can find any picks. Was able to find a pick, which in the beginning of the defense, which gave them a lot of time.
Almost see someone right off the bat here. See where they go. Looking, making sure they're not going to get flanked. And
oh, clearing his corners. That's the Valorant fundamental right there.
Do you see the fight kind of now? We should be able to push up a bit more, be a bit more aggressive with this. This might be a very quick kind of push here around this to this bridge as we see everyone go down.
Oh, nice shot.
They kind of lined that up, and now we're going to wait and see if he can get a pick on the re-entry from any of these kind of respawning people.
There is the little slit under the, I don't even know what to call that, the railing area there. Yeah. So I have seen some crazy shots through there before.
I could see their Winston coming in with their Genji to contest, because we are getting pretty good. We're at 3 minutes here, and we're almost capping. Bit faster than our opponents here, but we could see this. This is where the spot, if there was going to be a delay, this could be where it's at.
Oh, and we do have the Winston jumping on the Widow, able to jump out there.
Very quick response from the team does save the Widow. And we have our Sig kind of holding up this front line as we go. They're not being able to get much space. He is slept though, but he shouldn't die because of it.
Oh, that was scary.
Again, gets a headshot. Winston's going to be in trouble here because he's all by himself in a lonely, lonely world. And
great shot there.
Ben kind of, when you let Ben kind of get time, he hits the shots he needs to hit, but he's going to eventually get caught out. But I think that's enough.
Yeah, unfortunately the Winston did not drop there at all.
And I think that is just enough for us to cap first point with 2 minutes. Giving us a nice
when you're scoped in and you see the Winston just flying at you, you're like,
that doesn't trigger your fight or flight
not
response.
good.
I don't know what will.
Oh, and Valpo gonna have 5 ultimates up here. That's big.
That's very big, and we capped points, so we have extra time in our bank comparatively. So if we can kind of stagger these ults, use them accordingly, I think Widow can just pop her ult whenever she wants because it's not very
that
useful.
ult, yeah, it does.
If
Kind of just
one
there.
ult in the game I'd want reworked, it's probably that one. We're going to see it go out first. Winston kind of coming in the background line. He's going to take to the sky here a little bit, and we're going to see this fight kind of take full form. I could see us using more ults to support this. Ooh, we're going to see probably Reaper. Yup.
Does get antied, get rocked. Oh, and the sleep in response.
In response. And we do kind of lose this fight just because Nano Reaper is very strong with that ult. So we should see kind of a reset here.
Yeah, and unfortunately Valpo using 3 ultimates there. So did take quite a hit to the ult economy and now going to be in the favor of Cleary for this next fight that comes out. So a bit unfortunate we had to spend a lot and didn't get much from it.
See, they did spend 2 though. They did spend their nano, so we're not going to see a nano.
And those were the 2 big ones too. Other than the Winston has been getting a ton of value from the ult too. And one of our ults don't really count.
See our Resident Kiriko get out, kind of avoiding that Dragon Blade. Kirikuki does pick up the kill on the ulting Genji. So we kind of now our ult economy is sort of even as we look into it. We do have Gates v Gates, and then we have Winston Primal probably going to come up here. He gets cornered in this room any longer. We do see Sig kind of just trying to body block him in, but everything coming out for him. That was a nice strong anti. We're going to see Kirikuki kind of stand his ground though. And we do see the swap to the Echo from Ben.
Yep. And you know, Valpo feel like they've stalled up quite a bit here on this second point, but they still actually are ahead of pace of where Cleary was at this point in the map, just because they got that first point so much quicker.
Picking up on that, Winston does kind of just collapse their comp a bit here, so they kind of do get this push for free a little bit.
And
We
they're
do
making
see-
good pace now again.
We do see the Echo coming in very clutch, that swap being kind of exactly what the team needed. We do have a DC, so we're going to pause here.
All right.
So we'll be right back.
Yeah, we're gonna head to the casters
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah, we're
Yeah. So, I mean, really exciting series so far. Unfortunately, Cleary did have one of their players DC, so we'll take a step back for a moment here, but make sure you guys stay tuned because we got a barn burner on our hands here. So we'll be right back. All right, and we are back after that short disconnection. You have Winston jumping in here, going to have Primal available, but gets
He's gonna get
picked
lifted.
up
That's
and
half his
slammed
health
with the ante.
automatically. So he's going to have to back out here pretty quickly. He's going to go back in, but I wouldn't have advised that.
And use the ultimate.
Did use the ultimate, and Sig ult is a great counter to Primal because it does just chip away half your health. It doesn't matter what your health is, half of it's gone the moment you hit that ground. So a Primal Winston, that's a lot of health to chunk away. We do have 250 coming into this third point here. We do have to cap though. We'll kind of see the Winston, and we should see their team kind of rotate to this high ground. They want to keep this height so they can fall back onto the point and get back up. Trying to keep themselves out of line of sight and out of danger. They're going to try to hold this corner. We do get a pick. Kirakuki kind of getting that nice shot on the Ana. This should kind of let them fall back a bit. Echo's probably going to deal with this. As we see Kirakuki also trying to deal with the DPS, so... Oh, we could see a pick here, but a missed ante. Missed nade from Ana. Flint is low. We're all possibly getting out in time from this Echo, we'll see.
The Reaper ult does come out, but have the Echo as well.
You see kind of Flynn fighting for the team's life here.
And looks like Valpo is able to get the full push. A lot of time left.
A lot of time, 2:42 to a minute.
And that's going to be a big advantage heading into this overtime.
Score 3-3.
Now it really comes down to, can they take this first point fast enough and move it quickly for Cleary? As they will be the ones attacking again.
Initiating match.
They do have less time.
Yeah, and they were stalled on this attack quite a bit here on this first point in this kind of first minute area. So we'll see if we're able to kind of find that pick again and what Cleary's going to be able to change up.
We'll say things did change the moment Flynn swapped to that Winston, though. So if they
sure.
pull out the Winston to start, it may be a little different story here.
Ready for battle.
And he does not.
Not, and we do see a couple swaps coming in from our...
Oh, the Malga.
We do see the Malga coming in.
I think Malga is super strong.
He is
Oh, and we do
very-
have a May too this time around.
I think we are trying to make a statement where we stop them here. And short enough to where we can have enough time to take third and get us up to match point.
Keep you alive.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
I do like that plan. We'll see how it works. I think they swapped the Reaper in.
You got the
Are they
demon
sneaking?
on your
What
side.
are we doing? Quiet casters while we wait. I think they're gonna hide point and just kind of
4,
take
Oh,
an early fight
you got to
here.
be a little sneaky here.
Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
And we kind of come out, and I think this is pick off automatically. We are trying to stop this here. We could,
Oh,
we get walled, but that's fine. I think that's to protect us. But
yeah, that was our wall.
it was our wall.
I don't. It didn't seem like it was, or it should have been, but it was.
I think it was a panic wall for the man as they were about to die. But that's okay. We are contesting very early on here, trying to get as many fights as we can in. And Maga kind of just running past that rock. Cannot be stunned when he's running.
Oh, big slam there, going in quite deep though.
That is a good anti, but an even kind of nicer immort. We do see Reaper kind of going in.
This Malga keeps dropping very low, giving a little more space, and they are going to be in overtime now. Fusic finding the pick on the Reaper. That's going to be big and a huge
Should
slam
move
in.
on that. Yep, yep.
Oh, and we're able to find another one, and that is big for Valpo, and they're able to find another kill on the support. Do have Fusic dropping down, but is Valpo able to finish? We do have some ultimates starting to come out. Kasune now.
You see, we need to get this.
Oh, and we do have the respawns coming, but Tank is going to go down in another DPS, and it looks like Valpo is going to make a hold, and that is huge. Absolutely massive for Valpo. And, you know, they just have to have a
decent
not
push.
absolutely terrible push, and they should be good.
Should be seeing us go up
I-
2-1.
I would say, you know, they're looking really good for this game 3. I don't want to say too much and cause, you know, a caster curse, but
We could obviously lose this if they pull kind of some
similar.
We haven't seen much of
I
what
mean,
they could pull, so
you know, we got 240. That's a lot of time.
of
You know,
time.
if they pull the same strategy, you still got so many more fights to have an opportunity. So I would really hope so and think so.
I would bank on us just.
Oh, we
kind
do have
of-
their
we
huge
have a
switch up.
swap. We do have a huge switch
Reinhardt.
up. Well, okay.
Oh, okay,
We do have
not
the Rhine,
as
though.
huge.
That is a big step up. We haven't seen the Rhine before. I am assuming they're going to try to be a bit closer up front.
Yep. And Ryan is able to hold space much better just with the amount of health and the shield.
As we see him kind of confidently walk up.
Doesn't want to turn the corner though.
I wouldn't want to either. If I were playing, I
Don't
would
want to
not
reveal to the enemy team there. I
Should
wonder if
see-
that Reaper TP was seen there, but oh, this Reaper is going to play in a similar spot, so we'll see if we can clear out that corner again.
Maybe expecting a Widow.
One.
Not have the Widow. We are going with the Echo here.
Escort the payload.
And we'll see the Sigma automatically go back into swap the moment they see the comp. Knowing that he does not do well into this. We will see the Rhine. You know, Space Taker versus Fate Taker here. I think this is better in a sense. We'll see how it really, for Valpo, if we get the first pick, we can kind of push this.
Yeah, and the great thing too is Cleary doesn't really have much opportunity to change their characters, or Valpo does.
Yes, we can keep swapping, we can keep changing. But realistically, if we get this first pick here, Cleary is in some serious trouble. Speaking of first pick, that is a hurt tank,
Oh!
a hurt Reaper, and we are going to kind of
Huge pin.
We should just take this at this point. We go up, we dislodge these supports,
And
I think
yeah,
that
that's
is
going to
us-
do it for game 3.
I think that should be us going confidently up 2-1.
And another big win for Valpo, going to take the lead in the series now, going up 2-1. As we are going to take a look at the play of the game here, it is going to be Fusic here on the DPS with a bunch of great picks. Oh, no, it's Flynn. No, it's Flynn on the
play of
Winston.
game.
No, Flynn has been an absolute monster on this
Yes.
Winston. And it's not even a primal play either.
Definitely worthy of this play of the game, getting
For sure.
3 in this backline.
And Valpo is going to go up 2-1 now. And, you know, they're looking really good. Just need one more game to close out this series. And we got about 40 minutes left till the league game starts. So, you know, really hoping for a Valpo 3-1 here, but we will see.
We will see. And again, it could be a bar burner. We did talk about that possibility, and I think it might just come to pass.
Yep. But we will head to a short break, and we'll be right back with game 4. And welcome back to Game 4 of Valpo versus Cleary. And it looks like we got some swaps here for Cleary. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't think we're swapping anybody, but we do have some swaps in the comp.
Oh,
I do
gotcha.
see the Zarya coming out for the very first time.
Maybe the only name I remember was Flynn.
Maybe. I mean, he was putting in the work, so it's not hard to remember Flynn. But it looks like we're going to kind of run our same comfort comp that we've been running on these defenses with the Ram, the Reaper, the Mei, the Juno, and the Kiri. They're making some swaps, so I do see the Hanzo and the Zarya being two of the main swaps that they're coming out here with. So we'll see how that works for them.
4, 3, 2,
Go in. We see our supports kind of holding this high ground in the back, especially with Kiriko, because she can get up and down pretty fairly quickly. Kind of see what we do on this first little entryway here.
Yeah, and Hanzo is something we haven't seen in quite a while, but is going to have that kind of long-range sniper ability. So we'll see how that works out for the side of Cleary. And Valpo sticking with something that a little more similar to what they've been playing throughout this game. Do have Fusic on the Mei, which what we saw in that defense on Circuit Royale.
I will say that they do use Immort, and that's an important cooldown to have not here. We'll see if we can capitalize that off and get a pick. Dark kind of keeping them around this corner pretty well. Again, Zarya just kind of being a menace. Pretty good in the Ram, but we do see the Reaper get picked. Again, our supports getting kills as well, which is very important to see. See this Hanzo probably going to be next up on this list. If not, he gets out. But we could see, now we're kind of holding closer because I think we've built up a little bit of that confidence. I would like it to see us fall back a bit. And when we get this window, that's a very early window, and we can kind of just wall that off here. As we can see some ults coming from Valpo. We do see Dragon and
It's going to be a big dragon.
Though, so we can kind of hold here a bit. May see a Ram ult just to keep point here. No,
I'm
we're
going to
just
decide to hold on to it.
Yup.
Too many members from Valpo falling already.
It's a very smart move, but we did clock off an entire minute and a half here.
Yep.
Hold decently well. Maybe some swaps here as we get into the longer point ways, but we'll see. They may just focus on holding corners here.
Karakuki going to have that ultimate up, and we just have the Kiriko with the ultimate up too. Those two names are like way too similar.
They are. Alt economies are looking pretty similar too. Speaking of some going off, not catching anyone. We get gates. I could see a counter gates. No, I don't think they gates here in response.
Not anymore.
No. I think we do see kind of a reset here from Cleary. And now my question is, do we hold up at this doorway here? Kind of see if we can hold this, or do we fall back a little bit? I think we're choosing to hold up.
Cleary at 3:30 here, so plenty of time here, but Valpo slowly soaking up that time away from Cleary. Playing pretty far up on this hold here, contesting the point. Do have the Mei wall to still add a little more time and isolate Flynn here, and the Zarya for the side of Cleary is going to go down. Reaper's
Reaper
up next.
Isolating himself, so we kind of can take advantage of that. Maybe get a pick here, but the wall, perfect timing here.
Yeah, perfect cooldown time in there.
You can tell the comms are very strong. That the wall goes up exactly when the team needs it to.
Yeah, this is a well-coached team for sure, playing
100%.
together.
Oh, for sure.
And we'll have Reaper ultimate for the side of Valpo, but have several ultimates for Cleary available here. We'll see what they decide to drop.
Bat ult, which they didn't get much use out of because we kind of just dropped under. I could see a Zarya ult come out here.
Fusic going to find the first pick onto the Reaper.
They're looking for this bat because he is by himself.
And
I
we're
think
able to
that
find
it's
him.
just a reset here. We chip off another minute and a half here with this kind of corner hole. We do still have at least 2 fights here if we lose here and can reset quickly.
Yeah, this is a spot I don't see many teams get a chance to hold in, but it looks like the positioning and the angles is working really well for Valpo.
We do see kind of Zarya ult come out, but we do see a counter ult. We should see a kind of trades here, but I think we do have to give this up. They are using a lot more ults than I think they should here, but we do end up losing that. We buy off about another minute with that, but definitely ult economy is back in our favor. I could see a quick reset here from the team. Try to stop them from capping.
Yeah, I do really like to see that like freeze with the Reaper ult is a really good combo. And then unfortunately don't have Ray available anymore, but still gonna have the Reaper and the Gates. And the Gates, excuse me.
Now this is kind of scary territory for Cleary because if they lose a fight here, they kind of are on last fight territory.
We do have the Gates come out. We'll see if Ramon's able to find an angle to sneak in here, as we do see him up, lurking around, looking for a spot to TP in their back line.
I wouldn't even use it at this point. We've won the fight. We should just kind of reset here. Waste time. At that time, as much as we can. Build up our support ults, as we're almost at another... We have Reaper, we almost have Ram again. We're looking pretty close to the Juno. I could see Juno getting it this fight if it lasts long.
Yeah, the Hans ult is pretty good in these corridors here, though.
I think Ram's going to... He's looking. I think we're going to see the Dragon from here.
Wow,
Doesn't
barely
get
survives.
anyone. Barely survives, pops the ult. This is last fight territory. If they lose this, I don't think they get us clean.
Yeah, and Cleary just used 3 ultimates back to back right there. And we're not able to find a pick. We do have the raid come out. Ramon still looking for this Reaper ult. We'll see if he's able to find the angle.
We are kind of just trying to keep them off that point. Don't let them get the touch. Raymond gets the pick. Ramon on the other Reaper. I can see it coming right now. No. Smart holding it. And it is overtime. I would just ult on point at this point, but I think we hold here. They get one.
And we are going to get the Reaper ult finally,
Yeah,
as
finally,
the round is over.
Smart holding it, definitely best thing to do there. He couldn't see a good angle, but we do hold.
Yeah.
With just 1 tick, and they didn't even get really a clear look in the 2, so...
Great defense by Valpo there.
Now, depending on how strong our attack is, we
Well,
could...
I thought it was pretty darn good.
Oh, it was a great defense, yeah. 100% agree. How attack turns out.
I've sometimes seen teams be held at this first initial capture point, but not there was so much time taken up around that corner, and I know that alleyway, that first alleyway, is a tough spot too, but
Yeah.
you know, it really doesn't get too tough on push. Towards the end is where I see a lot of teams falter. You know, that could be a time factor, but that last spot right next to the respawn to that third push point is really where teams can get held up on this map. And
I
do have the Reaper.
We do see some swap. Time to play our favorite game.
Let's go.
I do see the Widow, so we're just gonna see if we can get a nice clean pick here to start us off. We do see a couple swaps though. We see a Mercy kind of maybe damage boosting our Widow.
No unnecessary
We do see the Rhine, the Ventra coming out again. Unsuspecting Juno that might lose her head.
5.
Now, are they able to see the Widow through that little door?
Yes, you can. You
Okay.
100% can, and they should. Yeah, they definitely saw her because they tried popping the shot there.
It's time to spin my web.
They are not going to fall for it, so I could see the swap coming here, and we'll go back to our grind. Now, the important thing here is to take this corner fast and to make sure that we get first pick.
Gotcha.
So see, as we want to force this corner, we get this hazard low. We're going to try to take one person out of the fight immediately. And that's going to be the Kiriko and the Hanzo, and this is where we collapse. Even if we lose one, I don't see us being in much trouble. And I think
that's
they don't
big.
even get the recontest if we...
Team kill.
Team kill. A strong first point. I think this will give us about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to have plenty of time to work with here.
Now, the important thing is that we do not get caught in the same corner that they got caught on, because that is a very dangerous corner.
Yeah,
for
not a
any
fun
team.
one to be stuck on.
If we can get past that doorway right away, we should be Flynn taking some pretty decent damage right off the bat, but we're getting pushed back. They kind of do have that line of sight with that gate, so we'll see if they can hold this. In the back, kind of a little far, so I kind of look for picks here. See what you can get. Flynn is back in the fight. We do get a pick off on the Sojourn. If we can get this Doom, we should be able to pass this gate pretty safely.
I don't know how he didn't get hit by that pin, but are able to find the Doom and the Kiriko, and Valpo going to be able to take a ton of space here. Going to have the Shatter available, the Ray. Going to have almost 5 ultimates online for this next fight.
Could be a very quick push here, as we do have 2-3 on the cart. We have Sojourn kind of spotting for the team. She's going to try to get a couple cheeky rails right there.
Oh,
speaking of
great
cheeky
pick.
rails, and I think we just shatter and we overclock, and I think this might be a match. If I'm not get this Reaper before he gets all. Yeah,
And that'll probably do it.
I think Kiriko's going to try to touch, but
Gonna have Ray available.
kind of pops him out, so we do have Ray.
And Valpo with probably the biggest upset since I've been here. Absolutely phenomenal game. Able to take this one 3-1, and I am pretty shocked.
Yeah.
And play the game. Fusick on the Shojin had a lot of great shots, a lot of great picks.
Honestly, I never had a doubt in my mind. This is the greatest team of all time. You can quote me on this. Come back here when it comes to week 10, and when we're the greatest of all time.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. So Cleary being undefeated last season and winning the GLEC championship, and Valpo able to take the win 3-1 today, and they're going to move to 2-0 on the season. So Valpo Esports has a program still undefeated. Now we got another challenging matchup coming ahead at 3 o'clock versus Mizzou League of Legends. So we are going to end the stream and see you all shortly for some League of Legends. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.
Thank you.